Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome to today's webinar brought to you by Bursa Malaysia and managed by LifeChamp. So my name is Carmen and I will be the moderator for today. And our session title for today is Navigating the Trend uh, Insights into Trend Analysis and Decision Making. So before we proceed any further, just allow me to do a little bit of disclaimer first. So please be reminded that everything that's shared in this session is mainly for educational purpose. By no means we're providing you any advice to buy or sell any forms of securities. So which means that you are 100% liable for any investment decision that you make. Right. So today we're very honored to invite Miss Pauline Yong, the CEO of Sigma Wealth Sdn Bhd, to share insights on how to dissect trend movement so you can spot opportunities in big and small trend. A little bit of a background, Miss Pauline is a licensed financial planner certified by the Malaysian Security Commission Financial Planner Representative License and Bank Negara Financial Advisor Representative License. She's also a course trainer and a public speaker at Financial Planning Association Malaysia and Bursa Malaysia. Over the 25 years in her education, she has accumulated over 50,000 students and conducted over 200 large-scale corporate courses. Pauline is also a best-selling author who has published 6 books on investment and financial planning, and her articles have appeared in financial magazines such as Personal Money, Money Compass, and many more. So with that being said, allow me to welcome Miss Pauline to the floor.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Carmen. Hello, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so I'm very happy to share the knowledge today, and let me share my screen. Okay, so today, what we're going to talk about is a very interesting topic. Thank you. It's called Navigating the Trend, Insights into Trend Analysis and Decision Making. Okay, thank you so much. So before I start, right, I would like to find out from you guys, how many of you do not have any technical analysis background? So that later when I explain, because today's topic is the fundamental, okay, it's good for beginner. It's the fundamental for technical analysis. So if you want to learn about technical analysis, this will be the prerequisite. Okay, you need to understand this, then only you can move on to the next level. Okay, so how many of you do not have any technical analysis background? Okay, and okay, I see that quite a number of you, okay, do not have. Okay, so you have come to the right session, because after today's session, you will probably have a better understanding about technical analysis, and probably you can actually apply right away. Okay, so towards the end of the session, we will also show you the simulator, the Bursa Malaysia simulator, whereby you can actually do some paper trading, virtual trading. Okay, after learning the TA chart, then you can buy and sell stocks on the paper trading, virtual trading. Okay, so let me start. Okay. Okay, so today's agenda, in this 1.5 hours, we are going to understand the concept of trends, okay, and to learn how to draw lines. And maybe I will ask you to draw on my screen, because in the Zoom session, I'm not sure whether you can see the icon with the pencil, which is called annotate. If you can see the annotate, meaning maybe you can draw on my screen, okay? So later, I may want you to draw on my screen on the trend line. And then to learn how to spot the trend reversal. So we must understand how to see the trend, whether it's bullish trend or bearish trend. Okay, so that's number one. And number two, how to spot the trend reversal, okay, using the moving average. And also, we will also look at the significance of the trend analysis in making trading decisions. So I will teach you how to look at the trend line and then to enter, meaning that you will have your enter position and then your exit position. Okay, so which means that learn how to trade using the trend line. So meaning you need to learn how to spot the entry and the exit level. Okay, and the exit level is either you exit for a profit or you exit with a stop loss. Okay, so there are only two ways of exit. Either you exit with a profit or you exit with a stop loss. And then finally, we will look at the Bursa Malaysia simulator, whereby I will teach you how to do this paper trading, okay, on the platform. Okay, so that is the agenda for today in 1.5 hours. So the first thing is trend line. A trend line is drawn over a pivot high or the pivot low. Okay, so meaning that when you see the price chart, it will be like a very random. But however, if you can connect the tops and the bottoms, you can actually draw some nice trend lines. So let me share with you the platform. So this is the platform. Normally, when you want to look at the go for the platform that are free. Okay, these are all the free version of the charting platform. So we have tradingview.com and also the investing.com. So these two are free. Okay, so I can share with you the tradingview.com. Okay, so I can share with you this website. So for those of you who have a laptop, you can click on that. If you have a mobile phone, also can. If you are using an iPad, also can, because this is a web-based. Okay, so which means that you are basically browsing through on a Google Chrome or Safari or whatever browsing platform that you have. Okay, so you can look at it on a website. So you will come to this page and then they will prompt you. So if let's say you want to click here and then you want to click the chart name, okay, so you have all these chart names. So if you want to click UEMS, then you just click UEMS, and then if you haven't registered before, then some pop-up or window will pop up and then ask you to register. So you can always register with any of your email address. Okay, so it will be just one touch button where you register with your email address, and then you just have to key in your full name and your email address, and then they will bring you to this website. Okay, so for those of you who have not tried this website, you may do so, and then while I'm talking, so that you can learn together with when I'm trying to teach you. Okay, so here I am in this website already. It's called the investing.com. The other one is called investing.com. Investing.com. So this is also another free version. Okay, so you can also click onto that, and then you can save it as your bookmark it. Okay, so this is the investing.com. Both have the chart. So these are the markets, and then if you click, you can see the chart. But if you can search, you can always search for the name. Okay, so sometimes if you do not see, because the investing.com is mostly on the US, so sometimes you may not see it. So only those bigger stock, then you may see Maybank. Okay, and maybe KLCI. KLCI you can see. Okay, so you have to try to, because it will be by names. Okay, so you have to come up with the names. Okay, then let me go back to this screen. So you see this is a random chart. In this case, you see that the price is like moving up and down. And let me change my Wi-Fi a little bit. It's a bit less. Okay, looks like 5G is even slower. Okay. Okay, now wow, look like 5G is even slower than the 2.4G. Okay, but anyway, I'll try this one first. Okay, so here we are looking at a chart. Normally, I would prefer to use the candlestick chart. So on this bar here, you can choose whether you have a bar chart or a candlestick or line chart. So normally, I'll go for the candles. Okay, so it's the candlestick chart. And for a beginning, you may go for the daily chart. Okay, the daily chart is to see the bigger time frame. But if you are on the trading mode, you can choose 15-minute, 30-minute, or even 5-minute chart. Okay, so meaning that when you are looking at a smaller time frame, normally we look at daily chart. Okay, but however, if you are on trading, then you probably may want to look at 15-minute chart, 5-minute chart, 30-minute chart, this kind of a smaller time frame chart. And that is because you want to trade on a intraday, and you want to see the chart to develop. So if you are using a 5-minute chart, the bar chart will be every 5 minutes you will see one candlestick come out. Every 5 minutes you see one candlestick. So all these are individual candlestick depending on the time frame here. So if it's a daily chart, so which means that each candlestick that you see represent one day. Okay, each candlestick that you see represent one day. If you are using a 15-minute chart. Okay, so this is a 15-minute chart whereby each candlestick represent 15 minutes. Okay, each of these represent 15 minutes. So if you are into the day trading, so at least every 15 minutes you come up with a bar chart. Every 15 minutes you come up with a bar chart. So you can basically see the trend, and then you can plot the trend line as well. Okay. Okay, so here, let's plot some trend. Okay, let's go back to the daily chart here. Okay, so this is the daily chart whereby we are looking at the KLCI. Okay, KLCI index. So the first thing you need to do is that you need to use two indicators to see your trend. So normally for beginner, you wouldn't be able to draw very well because you cannot see the trend. Okay, so the one indicator that help you to see the trend clearly is the moving average. So here you see indicators. Indicators, you click indicators, and then you click MA, moving average. And then you can see all kind of MA here. So then you see that there's this moving average symbol. So then you click symbol moving average one time. Okay, if you click one time, you will see the moving average popping up. Okay, so but because this one I have already come up with the two moving average, so I will delete this one. So but when you draw out that moving average, it will be on default simple moving average 9 days simple moving average. So what you need to do is that you need to go to the setting here. Okay, and then you change to 20. So I need two lines, 20-day and 200, 20 and 200. So here you just have to change to 20, and then you change to the color, what color you like. If it is red, then you change to red. If it's green, you change to green. Okay, so then this will be the 20-day moving average line. So once you see the 20-day moving average line, isn't it you see the trend better? You see the price, this is the price. So the price is actually moving quite nicely above that trend. You see? It moved quite nicely above the trend. And then if it's down, it moves nicely below the trend. So we know that if the price is below the trend line, it is down, okay, bearish. If it's above the trend line, it is bullish, okay, it's up. And then come down again. And then move up again. And now it is moving up. And today it is a bit down, okay? So meaning that today the sentiment is more on a horizontal range, because you can see that the lines here, the 20-day, this line is showing some form of a horizontal line, but to the downside a bit, bias to the downside. So you can see that this line is pointing down a little bit here. So then this line is actually showing you that the trend is actually a little bit biased to the bearish side. Okay, so this is the current sentiment that you are looking at. And this is the daily chart. And if let's say you want to see the 15-minute chart or 5-minute chart, right, it will be the real time. So like every 5 minutes, you can see the trend. Every 5 minutes, you can see the trend. Okay, so for example, you go to this the daily chart, and then you change to 5 minutes. Then you can see that this is the 5-minute chart starting in the morning. So let's say this is 8:45, 9 o'clock. So 9 o'clock we started here. Okay, so 9 o'clock we started here, and then in the beginning of the 9 o'clock, it was quite bullish. Okay, so if you were to notice this morning 9 something, it was very bullish. Every 5 minutes, it shows the sentiment was above that 20 MA line. So which means that bullish, bullish, bullish until the time here, I need to change to our Malaysian time. Okay, Malaysian time is we have to change. Okay, here you can change your time, the UTC here. Have to look at the Asian time frame here. Hong Kong, Kuala Lumpur. Okay. So now you see that around about 9:35, okay, around about 9:35, the market seems to be moving more bearish. You see a large red bar candlestick, so it's a bearish candlestick. So around about 9:35 is about bearish, and then when it comes to 9:40, it's below the 20 MA line already. So 9:40 until now. Okay, now we are about 10:20. We are still below the 20 MA line. So which means that from 9:40 until now, we are more to the bearish side. Okay, more to the bearish side. So you can see the trend here, because for technical analysis, right, the very first lesson you need to learn is about to identify the trend. Okay, so and the easiest way for you to identify the trend is that because you are new, so you need to have some form of an indicator to help you. So then the best indicator here will be the moving average, the simple moving average. And in this case, I use the 20-day 20 MA line, and as well as the 200 MA line. So I can also show you my 200 MA line. Okay, so once you see this 20 and the 200 MA line pop up, which is when you select it, okay, when you select it, and then it will show on your chart. So once you see them having it on your chart, then you can see the trend even clearer, because just now you see that when your when your price is below the 20, you think it was bearish, right? But now when you see something like this happen, you know that this 200 is a very strong resistance for this 5-minute chart. Okay, the 200 is a strong resistance, whereby initially at 9 o'clock, it tried to break above that 200 MA line. But then at 9:30, it gave up, okay? It collapsed, and then it came down at 9:30. It came down below the 200 MA line. And not only that, 9:35, it came down below the 20 MA line as well. So it crossed these two lines together. So which means that currently, it is more to the bearish side, okay, because it is now below the 20 and the 200 MA line, so it's more to the bearish side. Okay, so in terms of the sentiment, do you understand? Okay, if you understand, you put a yes. Okay, so far so good, you put a yes. Okay, if you do not understand, you say no. Okay, so then I'll see, I will help you more. Okay, so if you understand, you put a yes. If you do not understand, then you put a no. Okay, so far so good, very good. Okay, so everybody is following. Okay, oh, somebody here say no. SL Lin, you say no. Okay, can you tell me which part you do not know? The trend line. Okay, SY Lin, very simple, you look at the indicator, which is the red and the green line. You look at this red line and the green line. As long as you see this price, these are all the price. As long as you see the price are below these two lines, it's down. Okay, it is below these two lines, it is down. You see, if it's trying to above the two line, it is up. And you can see that here. Okay, so this was March 15. Okay, on last Friday, March 15, it was consistently above these two lines all the way until 18th of March. From last Friday until 18th of March, which is few days ago, it was all the way up, except this. Okay, so which means that the last Friday until Monday, right, it was very bullish, very, very bullish. Okay, so Lynn, it is about the red line and the green line. Yes, okay. Because over the years, right, I've noticed that these two lines are very, very significant because there are also 50 MA line, there's also a 100 MA line. But if let's say you're looking at the 50 and the 100, they are the medium term. The short term is the 20. The long term is the 200. So I just want to know the short term and the long term. And anything in between is the medium term. So I know anything in between is the medium. So I just want to know the two extreme. What is the short term? What is the long term? So that's why these two, over the years, when I apply, I find that these two lines work very well together. Okay. Okay. So then the next thing is we draw trend line. Okay. So when we want to draw a uptrend, because you see that this trend is up, right? Okay, this trend is up. So when we want to draw a uptrend line, so we need to go to the drawing tools here on the left-hand side. Okay, you see these drawing tools on the left-hand side, and then you click to the top part here. So this is the top. We go for the trend line. Okay, so the very first, we select the trend line here, the first icon, trend line. And then we click, and then only you can start to draw. Once you click the trend line, you see it's in blue, then you can start to draw. So how do you draw? Remember just now I told you about this MA20 line, which is the red color line. When you want to draw the short-term trend line, you use this red line as your guide. It's like a compass. It's like a navigator. Okay, you go to the highway, you need the Google map. Okay, so this is like a map. So then this red line is like a navigator to you, whereby you look at how it is being drawn here, and then you try to connect the bottom part with the another bottom here, and then you draw to the, as long as you have 2 points that you can connect one straight line. So I click this bottom, click once, and then I drag, and then I click once. Okay, so then you can see that this line touches this point, this second point, and then with these 2 points, I connect, extend, and then that will be my trend line for my uptrend line. Okay, then how do I draw my downtrend line? You see, this is down, right? This is down below this red line. So then I see how this red line is being positioned here. So then I draw. Whenever I need to draw, right, I need to click this. I need to click. Okay, so after I click, then only I can draw. I touch this point, I can touch this point, and then I draw. Okay, so then I can draw. So now you have an uptrend line here, and then you have a downtrend line here. Okay, can you see? Okay, then you continue to see. Okay, so you have another uptrend line here, you can still draw here. And then you see this downtrend line, you can draw. You connect the 2 points, you can draw. Okay, and now you see this uptrend here, draw. Okay, so far so good. You feel like you can draw now? Do you see the annotate in your Zoom whereby you can draw on my screen? Can you try to draw on my screen, see whether can draw or not? Okay, I want to draw this part. Okay, this part. Can try to draw on my screen, see whether can or not. The annotate. If can, then it's good. But if cannot, then it's okay. Then I will continue to draw for you. Okay. So if you can, you draw. But looks like it can't, right? Because I see nobody's drawing here. Okay, looks like it cannot. Okay. So never mind. Okay, never mind. So I will draw. Okay, you see how I draw. Just now you saw how I draw, right? Okay, so just now I was drawing the short-term trend line because it is the following the red line. I can also draw according to the longer term trend line, which is the green line. Okay, so in order to draw a longer term trend line, you need to minimize so that you can see bigger, more thing. Okay, you want to see include more days. So just now we will only look at, because this is a 5-minute chart, we will only look at like 2 days only. So now we want to see a bigger chart. Maybe we want to see more days. Okay, so 5-minute chart on the more days. So doesn't matter if it's 5 minutes, 1 day or whatever. Okay, the concept is the same. The green line and the red line, the concept is the same. Okay, so the red line is showing here, the green line. So I want to draw the green line. So then I click. Whenever I draw, I click. Okay, then I draw. Okay, so I'm touching this point, and this point, and then I draw. So then this is my trend line, long-term trend line. And this one is another one. Yeah. Okay, here is another one, and then there is another one. So you can see that that's how I draw. Okay, so that's how I draw. So I can go back to the daily. So this is a 5-minute chart whereby I'm looking at within that 5 minutes, I'm thinking of how to trade that 5 minutes chart. So using this 5-minute chart, you can actually draw the trend line. And then when it breakout means go cross above this line, this trend line, it means that it is a buy opportunity. Okay, so when it break below the trend line, it is a sell opportunity. Okay, so you buy here and then you sell here. So then when you buy here, 1532. When you sell here, 1545. So then you make 10 points. Okay, so same thing. So here, okay, let's say you sell here and then after you sell, then you buy. Okay, but however, in this case, this is a horizontal trend. So after you buy, right, then it crossed below here. So then this one you break even. You buy here 1550 and then you sell here 1549. So you break even here. After you sell, you're waiting for buy. So here you buy. You buy at 1538 and then here you sell at 1540. So here you make 2 points only. Okay, so that's how you are looking at the trend. And sometimes when you see that after I buy, then immediately I have to sell. So I make like a break even or like 1 or 2 points. So which means that the trend is weakening, because if it's a bullish trend, suppose it should continue carry on longer. So meaning that if it's a bullish trend, you should be able to make 10 points because it should continue longer and then until you make 10 points. It should be like that. But if let's say you make 2 points and then you have to sell, and that means the trend is weakening. Okay. But however, you just draw a trend line and then it cross below also mean the same thing. It's also weakening. Okay. So once you know this trend line, then you will be secure in the sense that whatever chart or whatever stock that you are buying, you will not be catch in the situation. Okay, say for example, you look at UEMS. Okay, UEMS is very bullish these few days. This is a 5-minute chart. It's very little. So usually you want to look at least 15 or 30-minute chart. Okay, 15, 30-minute chart also very, okay, maybe I look at 1-hour chart. Yeah, 1-hour chart, at least I see some solid candles. Okay, so at least some solid candles. So can anybody tell me what is the trend now? Okay, type in the chat. Currently, what is the trend now? Bullish or bearish? Based on what you learned just now and based on the indicator, can you tell me? Yes, Lin, very good. Okay. Noru, good. Yaping, good. Nancy, very good. Okay, Mavis and Singhok, okay, well done. Jen Chong also well done. Okay, Ahmad also well done. Okay, very, very good. So you can see that it is uptrend because it is above the 20 and the 200 together. Okay, Zahid also good. Above two lines, yes, above two lines. But sometimes when it is above one line but below the other line, okay, what does that mean? Can say, for example, this part here. This part here is above the red line but below the 200 line. So what does that mean? Here, this part. Anybody? Above the short-term red line, but below the long-term green line. So what does that mean? Okay, when you say bullish, you have to say short-term bullish. Yeah, Zoro, yes. Okay. Yaping, also good. Trend is changing, yes, correct. So meaning that there is some form of a 50-50, not decided kind of a signal there. Okay, so meaning that it's changing. Something is, not like changing here. Okay, and then and also Zoro say that it's short-term bullish, yes. Okay, so because here it says that you are just above that short-term line, so you are short-term bullish, but you are below the long-term line, you are long-term bearish. Okay, so meaning that there's some bullish and bearish mixed signal here. So meaning that it's not 100%. But once you break the two lines, it's like very good. Okay, the sky is clear for you. You have cleared up the sky and then it's ready for you to take off. Okay. Okay, so give you another one. YTL power. YTL power. Okay, so what does this YTL power tell you now at the moment? Okay, let me zoom in a little bit and then so that you can see. So now, what is the trend now for YTL power? What is the trend now? Now, I want you to notice Yaping. I want you to notice the line. You see, although we say above or below, right? But the line, this line, right? Is it horizontal or up or down? Okay, the line. Okay, so the line is showing some horizontal movement. You get me? So this line is up, right? But this line here is horizontal. So therefore, it is sideways. Yes, correct. In the 1-hour chart, it is moving on a sideways. Yes, very good. Okay, another one. Let's say what stock? Okay. How about Maybank? Okay, good, Maybank. Okay, let's see. Good, Maybank. Maslan, good. Okay, so tell me what is the trend now? Currently, what is the trend? Okay, sideways. Okay, and how about the more answer? Bearish. Okay, Yaping, bearish. How about more answer? David Koo say sideways. Okay, so if you to ask me, I just look at the indicator only. Okay, I'm a robot. I just follow the rules. So the rules is telling me it is bearish because it is below the 20 and the 200. So as long as it is below the 20 and the 200, it is bearish. But however, because this short term is trending down. But however, I do see that the long term green line is on the still on the up. Okay, so meaning that this long-term green line is still on the up, but the short-term red line is on the down. So perhaps what I can say is that it is bearish, but however, in terms of the long-term trend, it is still okay. Okay, but it is slightly below this long-term trend. Okay, so you can actually, because this is a 1 hour chart, so we can actually for this kind of a Maybank, right, is usually for investing purpose. So for investing purpose, I usually will look at the daily chart. Okay, you look at the daily chart. So this daily chart has clearly shown something. It is clearly above that 200 MA line. It's like way above that 200. Is far away from that 200 MA line. But however, it is below this 20 MA line. Okay, so perhaps we can use the term short-term, long-term to explain this. So can anybody tell me what do you call this? Short-term what and then long-term what? It will be short-term bearish, and then long-term bullish. Okay, so we can say that because it is quite far away from the 200, so it's long-term bullish. But however, in the short term, it may be undergoing some form of a profit taking. Okay, usually for short term, we call it as a profit taking. But if it's below the 200, right, I will call it like a correction. Okay, correction means that it's a big major movement. Okay, correction. But if you are just here, I would say profit taking. Okay, people who have bought somewhere 9 ringgit and then you are now looking at 9.60, you are making some 60 cents per share. You probably want to profit taking short term. Okay. Okay, so you can actually draw a trend line here. Okay, so whenever you see some uptrend line here, you draw. Okay, so you're actually connecting these two. But actually, sometimes you want to draw this, connect this trend line. Okay, because sometimes you don't have to start from the bottom, because if you start from the bottom, you may not be able to connect too many lines. So you may start from the second bottom and then you can start to draw trend line like this, also can. Okay, so you may start the second bottom here and then you can, at least you can connect here, you can connect here. You can connect quite a bit of the points. So the more points you connect, the more significant it is. Okay. How do we decide daily or 5-minute chart? So for Joey, normally for like a big picture, macro view, or for value investing, you look at the daily chart. Okay, don't look at the 5-minute chart for value investing because you are going to buy for long term. You are not going to trade. But if your objective is for trading purpose, okay, so for trading purpose, you have to go for 5-minute, 15-minute, this kind of a shorter time frame. Okay, so it's your objective, whether you want to trade or you want to invest. Okay, so because Maybank is something that I think we need to invest. It's a dividend stock, so that's why I use the daily chart. You can use a weekly chart if you want also, okay? Meaning that it's even for a more longer term kind of an investor, okay? So here we are looking at slightly below the trend, which means that it's slightly bearish, profit taking. Okay, let's go back to some of the theory part here. Okay. So that is the trend line. So we can draw the downtrend line by connecting the top, really, you just have to use a 20 MA line. So once you see the 20 MA line, then you know whether you are connecting the top or the bottom. Because you have to follow the 20 MA line, then only you can connect correctly. Because a lot of the new beginner, right? When it is a downtrend line, they connect the bottom here. Okay, so that's why you have to see the red line, because the red line will be here. So then you know that, okay, I have to connect the top part here. Okay, and then uptrend, you connect the bottom part here. And when it is horizontal, you connect the horizontal line, because if it's a horizontal, it will be moving sideways, right? So then you just connect the bottom here, and then the top here, it will be a rectangle for you. Okay. Okay. So how to draw the trend line? So this is the just what repeat of what we said just now. So principles of the trend line. The trend line can be used as support or resistance. Okay, so all this, the term here, support and resistance. As a beginner, you may be trying to figure out, oh, what do you mean by support? What do you mean by resistance? Okay, the word support means that you have some form of a support, right? Support meaning the price, will it go down? If let's say you have a support, will you go down? Okay, let's say you are in the swimming pool, okay, and then you are supported. Will you go down? No, you will not go down. Okay, and let's say you are trying to hit the, like a rock climbing. Okay, you are going for a rock climbing, and then you climb, and then you try to hit to the higher part, but then you see that there's a pull of gravity that pull you down, so you are finding it very, very difficult to touch the upper climbing the rock. So that is called a resistance. Okay, a resistance, challenging. Yeah, you find it very challenging, very difficult like that. Okay, very, very difficult. So it's like that one is a resistance. Okay, so when the chart here is the same thing. So whenever they want to move higher, right, they are always facing with some form of a resistance that are trying to prevent you from going higher. Okay, so that is, and then every time you have to break through that resistance, and then only you can go through another level. Okay, so sometimes you are stuck within a range, and very often you will stuck in the range for some time, horizontal range, and then before you break out the resistance, and then after you break out, you move like about 3 steps. After you move about 3 steps, then you are stuck in a horizontal range for consolidation again. Okay, so that's how the chart basically behave. You wouldn't find it up all the way, unless it is a very bullish situation like the NVIDIA and the AI stocks. But if in a normal situation, it will normally have about 3 steps up, and then followed by 1 step down, 1 or 2 steps down, okay? And then 3 steps up, and then 1 or 2 steps down. So it's always like up and then down a little bit, and then up again. So you have some waves, and then these are chart pattern. Okay, so these are all chart pattern. So so the principles of the trend line is that it can be used as a support resistance, and when you get some support, you won't fall, and then when you see the resistance, you probably will reverse from there. But once you break above that resistance, okay, once you break above this resistance, let's say, okay, once you break this, this is a resistance, right? But once you break this resistance, it become a support. Okay, so this become a support, and then you can go higher. They show direction and speed of price, because you see the 20, especially the 20 and the 200, the MA line. The MA line actually show you the direction. If it's above the MA line, it become supported. Below is resistance. And the speed also, for example, if let's say the price keep very steep, okay, so let's say you draw a chart like this. Let me try to draw. Let's say the chart is very, very steep. So then you can see that the trend line is very steep as well. If let's say you are seeing a chart like this, your trend line is more, the gradient of the slope is more slanting. Okay, so here the slope is more steeper, and here is more slanting. So here, the steeper the slope is, the faster the speed of the acceleration. Okay, meaning that it accelerates very fast. The speed is very, very accelerating in a higher speed. So it went up and then go down a little bit, went up and again, and then so the speed is very, very steep. So maybe one day 10 cent, 20 cent like that. Okay, but this one maybe is a bit slow, maybe one day 2 cent, 3 cent, 5 cent, okay, then come down. Okay, so you can see the speed. And the longer the trend line, the more significant it is. So let me show you the YTL. Okay, so let's say you are looking at this speed. So do you see this speed? If you were to draw some form of a trend line and then try to see this speed, do you see that this speed is very steep? Okay, this speed here is very steep. And if you look at here, previous speed, the trend line is like this. Okay, when you use these two lines, you see these two lines together, right? You see that this is not so steep. This is about 45 degree. Whereas this one, right, it is about 60 degree. Let's say this is the horizontal line here. And then you are drawing a degree here. So here is about 60 degree. Whereas let's say here is about 45 degrees. So here the speed is very, very fast. Okay, the rate of acceleration is faster. So sometimes when you see that the MA line is also like a straight line like that, then you know that it's very, very fast. You can see that on the NVIDIA as well. NVIDIA. Yeah, it will also, because it's not sustainable. This rate of acceleration is not sustainable. You will come for a correction. But how fast the correction is also another way to indicate the internal strength of this stock. So if let's say you see this is very steep, right? And then it come down, but when it come down, right, it bounce off from the support line. So meaning that it is still bullish. So every time when it come down, it bounce off. So which means that you are still bullish. Okay. So let me try to you look at this speed. If you look at this speed, right, it is actually very, very steep. Okay, from January 8 until the March 11, you move from below 500 to 900. You have almost doubled within 2 months. Okay, from January until March, within 2 months, you almost double your price. So this is a very, very fast speed. Okay. And sometimes you see the speed is not so slanting. Okay, so this one is not so fast. This is a bit slanting. Okay, you can see that this is moving slowly. So from January 23 until the May, okay, you are moving from 156 to 200. So let's say 3 months, 3 months is here, 235, and then 17. So 235, 17, you are about 20-30% gain here. Whereas this one is 100% gain within 2 months. Okay, so of course, when it break, it will break because all these will show you some form of a support. So the next support will be here. If it break, the first support will be this line, which is a 20-day. After it break the 20-day, the next support will be this line. Okay, so you want to see whether it can bounce off from that 20-day. It will show the more strength that it has. So if it can bounce off, that's very good. If it cannot, then that is the next support here. So you always look at support and resistance. Whenever the price move, right, you always try to identify where is the support, where is the resistance, so that you have an idea where will this price be going to. Okay, it will go into that price because that is a resistance. It will move towards that price. And then this is a support. It will move toward this support as well if it will to go down. If it go higher, it will move to the resistance. If it will to go down, it will move towards the support. Okay, so the direction of the price will be based on the support and resistance. Okay, let's go back to some theory first. So then draw trend line. So since you cannot draw, so I will draw for you. So draw the trend line. So I see that this is up. So I draw the uptrend line. I see here is down. So I draw the downtrend line. Okay. Trend line validation. So you need to have 2 or more points, then you can draw. So if you have like this, and then you have this point and this point, and then you have this point and this point, you can actually draw trend line. Okay, then you can draw. So then you are actually drawing a channel line here. So if let's say you want to connect the top and the bottom together at the same time, you are connecting a channel line. Okay, so with the channel line, you can try to see whether the price is retracing or reaching out here. For example, you see this is your resistance, right? And then if let's say this price is before it reached that resistance, right, it is like moving downward. So if you see something like that, what does that tell you? Like this is a channel line, right? But before it even reached that channel line, and then it reverses, and then coming to the support here, what does that tell you? Bullish or bearish? Compared to another one that keep moving. Yeah. Okay, very good. Okay, so psychologically, you understand. You understand that if this is your resistance, and then you cannot reach there, then you are bearish. But if this is the resistance, and then you keep hitting the resistance, what does that tell you? Although you are still within the resistance, but that tell you that you may be one day about to break. So it is the momentum is gaining, and then you may be changing from bearish to bullish. Yes, it's bullish. So meaning that you may be breaking it because you keep hitting it. Okay, if you keep hitting the bottom, that means you may be breaking down. Okay. So then this is the validation. You have 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, 4 point is a strong validation. So because this one has so many point of connections, right? So if let's say one day this break below, this will be a significant break because you have touches so many points. And finally, if you didn't get the support, supposed to have a strong, this shows you're supposed to have a strong support because you have so many points supported before. But one day, if it didn't support and then it break below, it means that some major fundamental change is occurring. Okay, so which means that the trend is changing. Okay. So the number of times, the more times that it tested on the support line, the trend line that you draw, it tested, that means more important it is. So it cannot break. If it break, it means something is wrong. Okay, fundamentally is wrong. And the time frame, the longer the time frame of the trend line, the more significant. Say, for example, you are drawing some form of a uptrend here. Okay, so this is a uptrend line, and then another uptrend line here. Now, this is a 3-year trend line. This is a 1-month trend line. And then this is breaking. And then this is breaking. Okay, which one will be more bearish? Which one? Both are breaking, okay? Both are breaking. So which one is more bearish? A or B? So this is A. This is B. Okay. A or B is more bearish. Okay, good. Yapping, Zoro, Celine, Joey, very good. All of you correct. Okay, the 3-year trend line broken, it is more bearish. Whereas the 1-month trend line, it is less bearish because it's only 1 month. If it's a 2-week trend line, it's even less bearish because it's only 2 weeks. So meaning what it means is that when I say more bearish, what it means is that the time taken to go below that travel on the downside will be longer than the time taken to travel on the downside here. So this 1 month, maybe it will be like 2 months of a correction. That's it. 2 months only. I mean, 2 weeks only, okay? 1 month trend line is 2 weeks correction. And if it's a 3-year trend line broken, right, probably it will be more than a year, about a year, for about 9 months to a year kind of a trend line, I mean a downtrend. you probably will travel about 9 months, at least 9 months down. Okay, so meaning you're probably in the downtrend for about 9 months. But for this one, you are in the downtrend for about 2 weeks. You get what I mean? So then you can imagine if you are looking at the 5-minute chart, those are even more short term. Then those are even shorter time frame. Okay, so longer time frame is usually more significant. So this is the channel line. Okay, so if you see cannot reach that line, that means it's losing momentum. And then the breakout normally you can do a few things, because once the trend line, let's say you are down, and then finally you have a breakout. Okay, so this breakout, right, you can go for a price filter about 2 to 3% of the price. Let's say here this price you break out at 8 ringgit. So 8 ringgit times 3% is 24 cents. Okay, so the breakout above 24 cents, then only you say, okay, confirm, bullish. Okay, so that's one way. If let's say you do not want to use this method, you can always use the candlesticks bar. You can count the candlestick, because each one of these candlestick is a time frame. So if let's say it's a daily chart, then it will be 3 days. If it's above this trend line for 3 days, then basically it is breaking. Okay, it is confirmed. And then if time filter, you can also use a time filter, which is about 3 days. Okay, so if it's about 3 days, then that is also a confirmation, because if it's within 3 days, it go back down. Okay, within 3 days, it go back down. That means this is a weak trend. So just now we saw that the KLCI, here. Okay, you can see my KLCI. Okay. So for example, you see this one. Okay, so if you see that it has been down for 3 bar, basically you will think that it will be confirmed. But however, sometimes occasionally it may be trying to go back to that 20 and then form a W and then break above it. Okay, so situation like this does happen. So meaning after the 3 bars, right, it tried to go down, but then at the same time it will also reverse. So over here, if let's say you short at the 3rd bar, okay, 2nd bar you can short, 3rd bar you can also short. So let's say you short at the 2nd or the 3rd bar, you probably have to go through this level, and then before you can profit taking from this level. Okay, so the profit is a very small profit, and then when you see reverse again, and then you probably need to cut loss here. If you didn't take profit, you probably need to cut loss here. When it is above the 20 line again, you have to cut loss, because your buying and selling is based on your 20 line. Below the 20 line, you short, and then above it, you buy. Okay, so here you buy, and then here you sell. Buy, sell, buy, buy. Okay, so you buy here until here, you're still buy, because there's no below the 20 line. So in this case, this trade here make quite a bit of money here. Okay, is it more applicable to 20 MA line 200 for breaking the trend line? So when you are looking at the breaking of the trend line, if it's break the 20 MA line, is a short-term line. So then you may say that, oh, it's just a short-term bearish. So then you will see that after you break this line, somewhere here you have to go in back again, because it's a short-term. Okay, but however, if we break that 200 MA line, let's say you break this short-term and then you break that 200, that means that basically even if you are a long-term investor, you basically have to sell, because the long-term trend line is more significant than the short-term trend line. Okay, this one is more significant. If you break this red line, you are still able to buy, and then you can still ride on this trend. But once you break this green line, basically it will be for a longer term correction. Okay, but however, if let's say about 3 weeks and then it go back up again, then this also didn't work, because the long-term trend line, probably you want to wait for about 3 weeks. Okay, see whether it will be for 3 whole weeks is still below, then that means something is wrong. Fundamentally it's wrong. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So let's go back. Then the support resistance, once you break, then you below, and then you try to go above it, become a resistance. The support turn resistance here. And here you will also see the same thing. It was resistance all the time, and then finally it break it and then become a support. But however, it back to resistance again and then support. Okay. So general rules. The more times a support or resistance zone has been able to reverse a price trend in the past, the greater is the significant. So you see that just now that line, for many times it keep reversing from that line. This was the 1520. Okay, so this is 1520 KLSC. So for many times it was reversing around that line. Okay, so meaning that this line is an important support and resistance. Now this one I get from the 2011 chart. Okay, so which means that now we are in 2024, we are not far from that 2011 chart. So in 2011, right, our KLCI index was actually higher than the S&P 500 index. If you look at the historical chart again, in 2011, our KLCI index was 1520, right? And then the S&P 500 was actually at 13 something. They were 1,300 something. That was the S&P 500 in 2011. And now, what is the S&P 500? It's about 5,000 something. Okay, so that is the difference. Okay. And once a support zone has been violated, it becomes the resistance zone. And conversely, once a resistance zone is violated, it becomes the support zone. Okay. So, okay, now this chart is interesting. So this chart, it has broken this MA line and also broken the trend line. And then this circle here, can anybody tell me what is it called? This point here, this chart pattern here, what is it called? What is it called, this chart pattern that I circled there? Anybody tell me? Failed reversal, okay, it's a failed reversal, but there's a name. There's a very nice name for it. Yeah, Muhammad Kamaruzaman. Okay, correct. Dead cat bounce. DCB, dead cat bounce. It's the dead cat bounce. Okay, I spell it out. Okay, it's dead cat bounce. So meaning that this level is the last rally. It's the last rally before the final collapse of the price. Okay, it's the last chance for you to sell. Okay, so this is the rally to show that it is a last chance, because you see the trend line has broken, and then you see there's another rally. So very often when after you have broken a big fall, right, after you have a big fall, and then you will go for a rally. So this rally, normally people will look at it as, oh, recovery, reversal, we are going to back to be the previous high. And then when you see this rally didn't fall through, and then it go down. Okay, so when you see this rally didn't continue, but then reverses, and then going for a lower low, this is a low, this is a lower low. Going for a lower low, and this basically you can call this as the dead cat bounce. Okay, and if you in your investment, whether you are a value investor, value investing or trading in your investment, if you are able to learn about technical analysis, if you're able to learn about this pattern, it will save you a lot of big mistakes. A lot of time people got scared out in the stock market is because they see that after they bought in, then the share price go down. And then when the share price go down, their money was stuck there forever. So this, if you were to recognize this price pattern, it may help you to identify in the future trading or investment so that you can avoid your money being tied up in the situation. Okay, so let me try to show you some example. Okay, let's say you look at some tech stocks. Okay, some tech stocks like Inari last year or the year before. Okay, let's say Inari. Let's say I try to minimize it. Yeah, let's say you were in 2022 here. Okay, so let's say you are in 2022, and then you see that the price has broken both the 200 and the 20 here. Okay, let's say last year January it was 362 and then it was broken here, and then after it broken, right, then the price try to go back up a little bit and then try to go back up here. So in fact, these two rally, right, actually show that you have failed to go back up to this 200 MA line. Okay, so you can basically look at it as a dead cat bounce here. Okay, and then after that, you see that it is going down further. Okay, and until at some point that it finally break. Okay, so this is a 200-day moving average. Until at some point it finally break, and then it tested, and then it continue to go higher. So let's say another one, gray tag or gene tag. And some of these technology stock in 2022, all of them have the same thing. Okay, so this is gene tag. So this is also this is 2023 July. Okay, 2023 July. You see some form of a chart pattern, and then also some form of a rally here, but failed to break that 200, and then it go down further. So this was July 2023, and then we also have 2022. We also have a similar situation here. So this is also the 200-day moving average, and in this case, it was a bit tricky here because it tried to break above that 200, but then it failed, and then tried to break again, and then it failed. Okay, so there this time it was tricky here, may trick people to go in here. But then if let's say you got tricked and then you go in here, but when you see something like that, right, you have to sell. Okay, but in this case it go back up again. Okay, so this was very tricky. Okay, so this was a very tricky move whereby it tried to trick you, and then you sell, and then it trick you again. Okay, and then you sell, and then after you sell, and then it go back up. But nevertheless, if you to follow the technical analysis, right, when you see something like this happen, you have to long again, because this point here tests the 200, and then it says that confirm. It break out and then test again the 200 line, and then confirm that it is supported. So this says that it is supported. Okay, this says that it is not supported because it is a rejection from this line, and this is a confirmation here because it's rebound from this line. Okay, and then it's moved forward, and then until here, this one also say that a rejection, then probably you may want to sell. So, but this one, after you sell, then the price go lower. Okay, the price go lower, indeed. Okay. Okay, so go back. Okay, very shortly, I will have to go to the virtual trading. Give me about a few more minutes. Okay, so sometimes you want to spot the trend reversal. So for trend reversal, we will go for two lines, which is the 10-day. You can use 10-day and the 20-day MA line, or 20-day and the 50-day MA line. You use two lines to trigger the reversal here. So for example, the 10-day below the 20-day, then that is a reversal here. Okay, And then when they cross each other, it's also a reversal. So it returned from bearish to bullish here, and then it turns from bullish to bearish here. Okay, so all these crossover are all changing of the trend. Okay, so it's called reversal of the trend. There are many ways of detecting the reversal. Number one is the chart pattern. Okay, you can see that the chart pattern is formed double top, head and shoulder. That is a reversal sign. Number two is the candlestick. Okay, you can see that the reversing candlestick, and that is also a reversal. And number three will be this MA line. Okay, where it is below the cross each other, the shorter term cross the longer term, then it will be also a reversal. Okay, so there are so many ways of indicating the reversal. So in the end, you have to learn as much as possible and then try to combine them all together. Okay, so in this case, I teach you just one simple way, which is the crossover. You use a 10-day and the 20-day, and then when it cross below, then that is a bearish reversal. Okay. Yeah, so then this is down. It was down, then it turned bullish buy. And then here, maybe it down again, and then cross, and then it turned bearish. Okay. So the case study, I want to bring you to that the Busa Academy. Okay, Busa Academy here. Okay, how many of you have registered for this Busa Academy? This one, Busa Academy. Okay, you click Busa Academy, and then you see this simulator, equity simulator. How many of you have already registered? Or how many of you have not registered? Busa Academy, and then the simulator, because this will give you the paper trading. Have not? Okay, Michelle. Okay, no, very good. Okay, I give you this link. Because for a beginner, it's always good to practice on paper trade first, because it will boost your confidence. Okay, if I can make money on my paper virtual trading, then I increase my confidence. Then I can try out on the real money. Okay, so here, registered, very good. Okay, so Sam and Shazwan, okay, and also Shirlene and Elsie, Nancy, okay, so try to register. You click the simulator, equity simulator. There's also a derivative. Derivatives are for futures, and then we go for the equity first, okay. Equity is our focus for today, okay. Then because I already logged in already, so then it will automatically. So for those of you, you will see that they will prompt you. Okay. Let's say I log out. I log out first. Log out from where? Okay, log out from here. Okay, let's say I log out first. So let's say I log out first, and then I go to the equity simulator. Ahmad, very good. Okay. You come to this equity simulator. For me, auto login again. So for those of you, it will prompt you to register. Okay, so you register. You register with your email address and your name, and that's it. Very simple. Okay, just your email address and your name, and then type like a 3-digit number or 4-digit number, and then that's it. And then it will come to here. Okay, so it will be an actual simulator of the real stock market. It's the real actual simulation. So here you can create your watch list. So here you can see that I have some watch lists already. Okay, I have some watch lists. I have I have a watch list of property and construction stock. I have a watch list of dividend stock. And I have a watch list of technology stock here. Okay. I have a watch list of some property and construction, and okay, wait, no, maybe I just need to move. Okay. Maybe I need to intraday watch list. Okay, so this one maybe I need to move away so that I can. You can drag and drop all these things. You can drag, and then so that you can see better. So I have added some watch list. So you can always create your watch list here. You can create watch lists and then rename your watch list, and then you can use the code here to add to your watch list. Okay, so here I have my technology. So technology stocks, if you can see, these are all the technology stocks, and some mainly I prefer the services, okay, like platform, software, or platform or equipment. So Greatech is an equipment. Penta is an equipment. QES is an equipment company. MI is an equipment company. So all these are equipment company that I like to keep track. And then the front end is the cleaning services for the semiconductors equipment as well. So it's a cleaning services. And then the DNO is the car lamp. Okay, and Inari is part of the Bursa top 30 component stock, so I want to monitor. So you see, MyG is a platform, okay, platform software. So you see that these are tech stocks, and the moving ones are the equipment, okay, like this Greatech is moving. And then Frontcan is also moving because Frontcan is a cleaning services, right? So if let's say there are so many of these foreign direct investment coming into Malaysia to set up the semiconductors plant, so of course they will need cleaning services. Okay, so the cleaning services will be needed for all these factories and the plant. And then for the property and constructions, now the theme is property, construction, utility. Okay, so these three are the biggest theme play for the Bursa Malaysia stocks now. Property, construction, utility. So if you to monitor these stocks, you will see that they are also quite positive. Today, especially, you see that the Suncon has gone up 24 cents. Okay, so the Sunway Construction is a construction company. And if you look at Malaysia, what are the catalysts to drive our economy? I would say that the catalyst will be to announce some form of infrastructure projects. And the infrastructure projects will be like LRT and HSR, this kind of infrastructure. And so far, we have already confirmed the Penang LRT projects. But there are two more projects that are yet to announce, which is the Johor Bahru LRT projects, which cost about 30 billion. And another one is the HSR project, which costs about 110 billion. And if you look at Gamuda currently is sitting on a 26B, 25 or 26B of a book order. And the number two highest is Sunway Construction is sitting at about 7B, 6 or 7B of a book order. And then the third is I think is IJM. Okay, so you see that the number one and number two, their book orders are so far apart. But nevertheless, if we are looking at more projects coming in, the HSR is 110 billion, and then the other one is 30 billion. So all these are multi-billions. And definitely all these will transform into like big money, okay, for this, if these projects were to go through, okay, if there's a if, always if there are. So which means that now people are more on speculation because the projects are not announced yet, so they are speculating that it may announce. Okay, so that's why you see that the prices has gone up so much. Okay, so And then for the dividends are like evergreen. Okay, so you should always have although you are very much into try to make money from these sectors, but I would say that the dividend stocks are always safe. Okay, sometimes even though the share price may come down, let's say you buy at 960 lah, the Maybank, you buy at 960, but after you buy, then the price go down to 920. It's okay because you will be getting the dividend in the long term. And in the long term, the price will also go higher. So normally the dividend stocks is more like a stability in your portfolio. Because you are trying to build a portfolio. When you're investing, right, you are trying to build a portfolio. And then in this portfolio, you want to buy some stable dividend stocks. And also at the same time, you also want to buy some high volatility kind of a capital gain stock. So then you have this combination. So you just need to balance between these two. How many percent you want to go for dividend and how many percent you want to go for all these property and constructions. So you have to balance it out. And then you have to find some form of a balancing until it suits your personality, your risk profile. Because every one of us, we have certain form of a risk appetite. Okay, so different people different. So some people may be very conservative, whereby you do not want to see your portfolio to fluctuate too much. Then you accept this risk profile and then you buy majority dividend stocks. It could be REITs, it could be banks, could be consumers. Okay, you buy the dividend stocks. And if let's say you are more aggressive, okay, then you can buy less dividend. It's not that you don't buy, you buy less dividend stocks and then you buy more of these property and constructions and make sure you monitor them and then make sure you buy and sell and then try to profit taking from it. Okay. Okay. So you may take a photo. Okay. So these are the watch list that I have. So you may take a photo of these watch lists and then you can add your own as well. Okay. So this is just my watch list. You can always add your own here. Okay, you can add it by taking. And then if let's say you want to trade, let's say you are looking at YTL power, okay, or YTL, because YTL also can. Okay, let's say you say YTL. Okay, and then you are looking for a buying opportunity, but looks like the trend is still on the up. So usually how you buy is that you want to buy when it is near the support level, like this, near the support level, then you buy. Okay, near the support level, then you buy. Okay, but this one is a bit away from the support level. Okay, I don't want to buy. Let's say I want to buy some REITs. Okay, Axis REITs, Pavilion REITs, or this, let's say, IGB REITs, okay, whatever. So let's say Pavilion REITs first. This is a support level. Okay, so let's say it's near the support level here. Okay, I buy 1.31. Okay, so say I go to the platform here, and then I have to key in something here. I think PAF is in my watch list here. Okay, so then I just click. When I click here, right, it will be here already. Okay, so you see my buy the green bar. Okay, it's very easy to see whether sometimes you scared that you key in wrongly your order. So when it is green color, right, you know that you are buying. So if it's red color, it is selling. So you won't key in wrongly. Otherwise, you want to buy, you sell, you buy. Okay, so now you want to buy. So it has to be green. And then here you can only do limit, you cannot do market order. So you can only do limit order. So just now I see that the price is okay, maybe I need to see the market depth. Okay, I need to see this market depth so that I want to see how many people are queuing. So I have 1.18 million lots here or shares here are queuing for 1.29. And then these people are selling for 1.3. So then I can put 1.3 here. And I want to buy how many? Let's say I have on the default, you have 100K in this virtual platform, you have 100K. Okay, so now because every time when I go through the Bursa webinar, I will buy some shares. Okay, so now I have left 82,000 shares, money here. So then I will say, okay, I want to buy about 3,000. 3,000 shares. Okay, 3,000 share is 3,000 shares. Oops, 30 lots. Okay, wait, 3,000. 30, okay, 3,000 units. Okay, you see, because one lot is 100 shares. Okay, one lot, 100 shares. So I need to key in 30 lots. So that is 3,000 shares. And it's 3,900 ringgit. Oh, now it's asking it's 1.31 already. I want to get it. So I up to 1.31 because I want to get it. Otherwise, I won't be able to get it. You get me? If I were to queue, it will be queuing forever. I won't get it done here. I want to show you. So I want to get it done. So I have to queue at 1.31 to get it done immediately. So key in, okay. Okay. Most likely it will be done. Then I go to my book order here. My order status here. Okay, 1.31. Oh, it's still queuing. It should be done, okay, because that price is the ask price, so it should be done. So very soon it will be done, okay, very soon. Okay, we just put it there. It will be done soon. And then let's see my portfolio. So over the months, whenever I have the Bursa webinar, I will buy some stocks. Okay, so here in my portfolio here, I have Gas Malaysia with a unrealized paper gain of 340, and I have Inari, I have KGB. KGB has the most profit. I have PCAM negative. I have Top Glove also negative. Okay, so these are the stocks. So you can build your own portfolio because just now we say that you want to depending on your risk profile. So if let's say you are 50-50, okay, you are moderate aggressive, so you can put 50% of your money into dividend stocks and then 50% into the property and constructions. Okay. Okay. So any questions on this simulation? Any questions? Okay, so let me see, 11:30. Okay, so 11:30 is about time already. So we will wrap up for the other share price real time. Yeah, all these are real time. Okay, all these are real time. So what you are seeing is exactly what is happening. So I will wrap up for today's session. So basically today we have gone through the trend line, which is the fundamental of technical analysis. It's the beginning basic foundation course of the technical analysis course, whereby we see how we can identify the trend, especially for those beginners with zero technical analysis background. If I were to ask you, okay, are you able to tell me whether the trend is bullish or bearish now by now? Just now, Lynn, Nancy, okay, you guys, are you able to tell me whether it's bullish or bearish by now? Okay, very good. Yeah, ping. Okay, very good. So, and then more important is that you need to practice. So that's why I use this Bursa platform for you to do paper trading. And then so that you can apply the TA knowledge that you have and then to apply onto this virtual paper trading platform. Okay. Yeah, yes, Lynn, yeah, you need practice. Okay, you need to practice. Yeah, Ahmad, yes, okay. Yeah, okay. So I will pass back the host to Carmen.
All right. Yep. So thank you, Pauline, so much for such a wonderful sharing. Yeah, Pauline, can you let me share my screen?
Oh, sure. I stop sharing first.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Yep. So that would marks the pretty end of our session. Of course, before we actually officially end this session, I just want to share it to everyone in regards to Bursa Academy. Before that, let me just stop recording first, yeah.